Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I know I haven't posted in a couple days, and I tried not to do it. I try to post as much as I can throughout the week, but as most of you know with my job, sometimes that shit don't work out. So I've been busy as hell this week. I honestly don't really have a lot of time to make this one, but I didn't want to go the rest of the week without doing something. So here we are. Now, one of the main things I wanted to talk about is something I'm excited about is this one right here. I've had this for a long time. This is one of my favorite handhelds ever. And if you look at my older videos, you'll see this one featured multiple times. This is my AYN Loki Max. I absolutely love this handheld. It's not too heavy. It's not too light. It feels all there. The little back buttons right here don't get in the way. I don't accidentally press them. I love the Loki symbol on the back. I mean, it's comfortable. The sticks, great position here. They feel great. Perfect movement. I mean, everything about this handheld I love. It is, at this point, one of the weaker PC handhelds out there. But it plays just about everything I want it to play. Now, the day that my DMG died, which was what, like January fucking 1st, that same day when my DMG died, I set it aside. I was pissed off. I turned this on. It died. Same day, okay? Then I also opened up my Flip DS, turned that on. It blue screen crashed and wouldn't turn on. All three same day. Very bad day. I was losing my shit. Luckily, the Flip DS turned back. I tried to power it on later. Turned back on fine. I cleaned it up. Went through doing checks, reinstalling Windows. Right now, as it stands, the DMG, you guys know, is repaired. This is now repaired, but the Flip DS is dead. All right? I've kind of mentioned that. I need to work out with INEO, getting them to fix it. And I'm only bringing that up because their Flip DS1, whatever they're launching, went live with the experience of INEO devices recently. Please be careful when ordering from them. My DMG I had for maybe, a week at most when it died. The Flip DS I had for quite a while before it died. But these things have issues, and you're going to throw a lot of money at them, and they're going to die. I have no idea how all my handhelds died on the same day. I take care of these things. I actually look at the manual and make sure I don't use a charger that's too much, because that's a good way to cook some shit. So I stay within those restrictions. Even if they charge a little slower because I'm using what's recommended, I would prefer to do that than to eat the cost of $800 or $1,000 handheld. So that day was just extremely unlucky. But the sponsor of my channel and my brother, we both have AYN Loki Maxes. Oddly, his died as well. He ended up tracking down somebody with a used, broken Loki Max. He bought that person's Loki Max, and he used the parts from that to repair mine and his. So ours are alive again. Love this handheld. This is one of my favorites. I'm excited to have it back. For my hands, this is just unbelievably comfortable. I think it's early on, it was definitely AYN's best. I mean, they had the Odin at the time, the original Odin. This completely smashed it. Now, they were too ambitious when they did the Loki, because they had like the Loki Zero, the Loki Pro, the Loki Max. They had all these different SKUs for this thing. Most of it didn't work out. They didn't make a whole hell of a lot of them. So this is actually a hard device to track down. They're out there. There's just not a ton of them like there is the Odin or the Odin 2. So I just wanted to share with you guys my excitement that this is back and alive. I have to put everything back on it, of course, but it's one of my favorites. And yeah, I used the hell out of this thing. And when I first got it, I used the hell out of it too. this thing was always with me, and now that it's alive again, it is going to be with me all the time until it dies again, inevitably, because that's what these things do. So, just wanted to share that with you guys. I mean, hell, I believe the original little avatar picture, or whatever you want to call it, for my channel was just the Loki symbol. And it was right off of this handheld. I went all up close to the camera and was like, there we go. Then that's what I used. That's how much I love this handheld. If you were to buy it today, it's not worth the price at all. So, especially with things like the Aces, you know, the Ally that's out there and all that, you can get those for about a couple $100, you know, $300 if you go looking. So, and that blows this out of the water. So yeah, not worth purchasing now, but if you have one, you are lucky and you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't love it, that sucks, because I love it. I'll throw it back in here. Oh yeah, when he got this back to me, he put this Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy card in there, signed, red. Love me some Final Fantasy 7, 8, all that. So I'm just gonna put that back in there because I want to keep that card. He knows I'm a fan of Final Fantasy 7. Vincent's my dude. Anyway, all right, moving on. I want to talk about something. I got an email yesterday from Chromatic. That's right, Chromatic is back in stock. However, as much as I love my Chromatic, because the way I got my Chromatic was very interesting. I was buying a Game Boy Color off of somebody. They thought it was a Game Boy Color. Yeah. Anyway, okay. So the Chromatic is back. I have a problem with this. So now the Gorilla Glass display is $199. The Sapphire display is now $299. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm really going back and forth on this, I keep feeling like I'm wrong. Wasn't the Sapphire display the only display originally, and it was $199? These were $200. I can't remember for the life of me if they were $300 or $200. And I'm pretty sure the Sapphire display was $199.99. But now they have a Gorilla Glass display and it's $200, and the Sapphire one is $300. One thing I do like about it, the whole Super Nintendo color thing here with the gray and the purple, but I love the Super Nintendo look, man. I grew up with the Super Nintendo. So if I were to buy one, I would have to go that route. Scratch resistant with excellent drop resistance. The most scratch resistant display available, second only to diamond in hardness. I want to call it bullshit, but whatever. Anyway, I know my Chromatic has the Sapphire display, and I know the person I bought it from, I didn't even give him $200 for it. Pretty sure they got it through some less than honest means, and they were trying to get rid of it because it was still sealed when I got it from them. And they had a bunch of other shit that looked like it came from GameStop, but not my problem. You know, I know some people that know some people that, you know, rob some people. So I wanted to talk about that. And I really found I'm going to do some research, but if you guys know offhand, tell me, wasn't the Sapphire display, the original Chromatics, weren't they $200? Does this seem like some bullshit that they're upping the original to $300 and then giving us a subpar one for the original cost? Now, aside from that, very excited about this. They finally released the rechargeable battery pack for this thing. I am going to have to get me one of these because I love my Chromatic, but that shit eats batteries like no other. You know, that makes you feel like you're paying rent on it every month once you spend $60 in batteries on this damn thing. And the price on it, $30. That's a pack of batteries right there. So, yeah, and what's going to excite me more about this is I kind of want two of them. Because in the hobby that we all find ourselves in, our biggest drawback is batteries, right? You pull out your Ally, you pull out your god ugly, just terrible looking Steam Deck, whatever handheld you have, the battery dies too quick. Unless you're using, anbernic, like the XX series, the stuff that's low power, low draw. You can get some game time there. But our higher end handhelds, those batteries die quick, really, really quick. And that's always been my problem. Is everybody is like, oh, we got these advances. This is the first handheld with this. First handheld with this. Can we do some battery advancement? Can we have some swappable fucking batteries? I mean, no one can make that, really. I mean, seriously, if you make a handheld with a swappable battery, we'll buy the handheld. We'll also buy the batteries, the extra batteries, like the packs. Like, we'll buy that shit so we can keep going. Little internal battery in it, that way you can, while you're gaming, pull the main battery out. It'll go into like backup power, stick the next battery in, put that battery on the charger, boom, we're back and running. You know what I mean? I can't build the shit myself, so, someone out there is like, this moron doesn't know what he's talking about. That's not feasible. Okay, maybe it's not. I'm just dreaming here. I'm just saying what I'd like to see. But I'm definitely going to have to pick this up. Then I noticed something else. They released a chromatic mod kit. It's got buttons and D-pads and all this crazy shit for $15. What? I like these prices. This is good. Like this $40 or $30 for the batteries, $15 for a kit with buttons and D-pads and all that. Thank you. Thank you for not just saying, hey, let's fuck over everybody with a chromatic and sell a mod kit for $60 and a rechargeable battery pack for $100. Thank you for being, even the fucking link cable's only $15. I almost want to pick up all of these, but I don't know anybody else with a chromatic, or I don't really have a need for a link cable. I know people with Game Boy Colors and shit, but whatever. So I might have to pick up these two, because I feel like my gray chromatic would look good with some of these button colors. You know what I mean? I might do that. All right, moving on. Sorry, I got lost in this. I thought this was, I thought they said they had new games too. Oh, God, they do. It's the first time looking. Sabrina Zapped. Oh, no. Not interested in Sabrina Zapped. Weird little platformer there. Gravitorque DX. I don't even know what to say about that. I'm going to have to look into like some of these. Self-simulated. Hey, what I do in the privacy of my home is none of your business. I'll self-simulate all I want. Wicked Plague. It doesn't look too bad. I might fuck with that. First Contact Protocol. Those games are never that damn good. Oh, it looks kind of interesting with the little person. Hermano. That's not new. I still kind of want to pick that one up though. In the Dark, Baby T-Rex, not interested. Project S11. That would be cool just for the charm, but I'm not going to spend $45 for that. Still working on Shanty. And then the rest of these, which you already know. So far, still the best one is this one right here. But this one, this could be cool. I'm going to have to look into this. Okay. All right, enough of that. Moving on. MSI. I think in Asia they opened up pre-orders for this. I was just briefly reading something on it. But MSI is on the way to releasing the Claw A8 BZ2EM, which means we are so out of names, we're just starting to put like part numbers as the name. Anyway, I didn't even look at the cost of this thing. I like MSI. Okay, in my book, it's Asus. MSI is a close second. What I do like about what they did here is this green and black thing. I like this. I like this color. I don't like it enough to pay whatever ridiculous ass price they're going to ask. But that's a good color, guys. That's a good color. And the grips. I'm right in between on there because they look pretty angular, like they're not going to be that comfortable, but they look deep enough that they might be. They might be. Looks like a couple like flight control sticks on the side of it. It makes it interesting. So Z2 Extreme, Windows, who gives a shit? 8-inch FHD, 120 hertz display, 80-watt battery, cooler boost, hyperflow technology. Yeah, and guys, everybody uses Hall effect, so this really isn't a big thing. That you're like, Hall effect, look, I use Hall effect. So who the fuck doesn't? 20% in-game FPS boost, 15% more CPU power. I hate generic shit, guys. What game? What game? Say a game. Say, what game am I getting a 20% in-game boost? Yeah. Who the fuck plays Black Ops 6? That game is a failure. So we're going to throw some random stats at you. Oh, it's not 20%. If that's at 16, liar. Best in class battery capacity. Don't claim some shit like that. Fast, ready, upgradable. Yeah, what isn't? Anyway, not sure of the price. Don't feel like looking into the price. I just really like the green. That's why I wanted to talk about it. So, and there's, we're in that point in time that the handheld hobby community world, whatever you want to call it, has really caught on. Like, we're becoming a very large number. So companies are just handheld. They're just going to keep throwing them at us. The only thing about it is they don't listen to the players. They don't listen to the consumer. They just go whatever the hell they want. And I'm pretty sure most of these companies, when they test them, it's about 5-10 minutes of testing. Nobody ever hands this to somebody and says, play this for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. Play this all week long and tell me the drawbacks. Tell me what you ran into. Play it like it's yours. Take it at home. Dig through your chargers. Try to find a charger that didn't come. It's probably not going to come with a brick. It might. I don't know. Most of them don't. Like, go through all the bullshit we have to go through. Pack it up in a case, throw it in your bag, put it in your car, take it on the road with you. Don't take it on the road with you. You're going to use it at home. Actually use this thing for what we're going to use it for, and then you'll be able to figure out the drawbacks and fix them, but no one does that. All right, MSI, moving on. So, wasn't it like last week I made a video saying that they just slept on the D1100 version of the Retroid Pocket Flip 2? Like, I brought up that they just haven't talked about it. They haven't done anything with it. They haven't released it. And here we are with, now it's available. It weirds me out sometimes when I talk about something, and then the next day, week, whatever, what I talked about happened. So, and it's crazy to think that, like, just somehow I came across like $10 million in my bank account. And what you see here is I don't know where it came from, but hell, I get to keep it, or a large sack of cash just showed up. So, and it's weird how things just happen after I talk about them. And then right here, you see that the money, nobody's looking for it because it was just at my house or in my bank account or something like that. You know what I mean? All right, moving on. So, you guys know I'm looking for another handheld. All right, I'm stuck considering a bunch of shit. I want to do another handheld. I want to pick something up. I'm getting rid of my slide. I have it posted on Mercari. I'm getting rid of the thing. I got a bunch of people that are messaging me about it. Naturally, immediately, people were throwing me the lowball offers, because I put it up for like $190. No SD card, but I left the option there. Like, if you do want the SD card or you want it set up, or if you want a SD card or want it set up, message me, we'll work it out. I'm working on a deal with a guy, but he seems like, I don't know, not really trustworthy. So, originally I wanted the Retroid Pocket 2. My problem is, I wanted that black and red one, and I was okay with the original screen. I don't like that they lied about it. If they would have just been honest about it, I would have been fine with that. Because I don't give a shit about CRT shaders. It wouldn't affect me. But now your only color option is the black one. So, and while I'm thinking about handhelds, I just brought this up to go over it again. But as I stare at it, it's just not worth that money. I mean, I might consider doing this. No, I mean, that looks really good. You know me, I like that Super Nintendo color look. But, I mean, if I was going between the two, I would probably have to take the Flip 2. Also, there's no point in the D1100, everybody. Pay the extra. Get the Snapdragon. Shit. I mean, everybody's like, that's what's in the Retroid Pocket 4. And you're right. If you like the Retroid Pocket 4 Pro and you love everything it does and you feel like it's perfectly powerful, that's what this is. This is not a Retroid Pocket 5. This is a Retroid Pocket 4 Pro Flip. 2, 1, 2, whatever. That's what it is. So, and then this is your Retroid Pocket 5 in a flip version. All right, moving on. You guys know I'm stuck on the 406H. Still stuck on it, guys. I'm still looking at it. I don't know. I was literally watching videos on this and the Cube and trying to decide what do I want to take a run at next. I feel like I'm sleeping on this one. I feel like this could be great, you know, but I mean, I know what the T820 can do, but it has the ergonomics of the Cube, but it has the 4-inch screen. It's not the square 720 by 720, but I do like the 720 by 720 screen. So I don't know. It's tough. Also, this is kind of meh, because I don't own any of these, like, when they did these big fat boy verticals. I don't have any of these big fat boy verticals. I have heard they're comfortable, but I don't know. I feel like that's too big of a vertical, and I have a DMG, so what the fuck's the point of getting a vertical like this when my DMG just kills it? And honestly, I don't know anybody that is just diehard fan of this, of the 405V, the 406V. Are any of you like a diehard fan of this device? If you are, hit up the comments and let me know why and which one you have. If you've had one and you don't like it, or you do like it, or you don't know, or you've ordered one, or any of the above, any association with the 405, 406V, put it in the comments. Let me know your take on it. All right, this isn't a real option. So once again, checking out the RG Cube, this gray version. They do have it in the U.S. warehouse, but keep in mind, for some reason, even in U.S., shipping is $20. So I'm still spending $160 plus whatever, so probably $180 in. But this is the hard choice. You know what? If I can have this color on the 406H, I'd probably do it. You know what? I would do that. I wonder. No, the white's too white. I couldn't do that. I need that, like, gray, tannish look. And then, yeah. No. Anyway. But yeah, that color on that handheld, we have a winner. Also, after somebody messaged and left a comment talking about just how badass their ARC is, they have me thinking. They do. I'm not going to jump right in and buy it from Anbernic because these randomly show up on places like Mercari for fairly cheap. All they have in the U.S. is this ooh, no. Hell no. I don't pay that much extra for a fucking SD card. So yeah, I'd have to order it and wait to 3 weeks, and it's still going to run me about $100 plus for it. And then the other one we're deciding, guys, is the Magic Zero 40. Now, I've never used a Magic handheld because they right out the gate were lying shitbags to everybody they sold handhelds to. I don't know. The problem is they didn't price it horribly. The price is smart. It's impulse buy range. But it's hard for me to keep talking shit and run my mouth about Magic X when I have still never used one of their devices. You know what I mean? I'm talking shit about something I've never tested. But, I mean, this channel's still my take or my opinion on stuff, and you're sitting here listening to me fucking ramble on, so I don't know. I like DS a lot, but I have a DS Lite. I also have the old Fat Boy DS. I used to have a DSi XL. You know what? Let's add that to the list of possibilities. A DSi XL, which will probably run me twice what this costs. I guess the issue I have with this is the screen is actually smaller than the DS Lite. It'd be a better resolution, but it's smaller. Maybe. Should I? I should. I don't know. Fuck. I feel like I need to give them a chance because I've never given them a chance. They came out the gate lying to people, and that made it to where I would never spend money on them. But from what I can see, this isn't doing too bad. Oh, jumping back. The other thing I wanted to talk about. So I kept talking about how this is increasingly becoming an option for me to pick up because I haven't heard anything about hinge issues. Guess what? I came across a video yesterday where a guy was having hinge issues. After 10 days of use, the hinge started giving him problems. That made me take a step back. Now, I know that is one video and one person out of however many bought it, or out of however many people made a video. That is one person. But my luck, I could be that second person, okay? So even though this is on here in an option, I love the look of this. I hate the lid, that stupid fucking sonar design. That was dumb. It made me take a little step back, put some distance there. I might wait a little bit longer before I really consider this. And after this conversation, I'm really thinking about the 040, but I might just pick up a damn DSi XL and mod it right here on the channel. Throw, what's it called? Twilight menu on that shit. Because that's a big screen. That's a nice handheld. I mean, so the point of this, put it in the comments. I want you guys to kind of vote. What handheld do you want to see come up next? Do you want to see, let's start with the one that's not on the screen, a DSi XL? You want me to see me pick one of those up and go from start to finish right here on the channel, show you how to throw Twilight menu and games and all that shit on it, and how to enjoy that? Do you want me to grab a Magic 040, an Arc D? Now, this one probably won't get a lot of votes because of the age. This thing is a lot older. You know, this is kicking it old school. You want to see me grab a Cube? You want to see me grab a 406H? You want to see me grab a Flip 2? This isn't an option. I ain't got money like that. I'm not one of them channels that are like, look at all my high dollar shit. I don't got money like that. I got a sponsor that helps me buy this shit. My budget is like Pal Kitty budget. Okay? That's where I'm at. And now that's not a knock on Pal Kitty. They've done very well lately. But yeah, I'm a dollar store type of mom. You know what I mean? I ain't got money like that, you know. I got bills and a family. You know what's expensive? Raising kids. I got an 18-year-old that if I gotta order pizza, that dude's gonna eat a pizza and a half himself. I mean, where does it go? Jesus. Anyway, all right, moving on. So tell me what you think in the comments. What would you like to see next? Now, to be upfront, if the comments even fill up and everybody's like, the Cube, the 406, the Arc, the 040, the DSi XL, I'm just taking it into consideration. Okay? This is not like a poll where if you pick, that's what I'm going to do. No, nobody tells me what to do. I just want to see what you guys think. At the end of the day, when I'm about to click that purchase button, the only opinion that matters is my own, and I'm going to pick whatever the hell I want at the end of the day. But your comments might help me narrow it down. How about that? And whatever I order, if I order, I will tell you guys in the next video what's coming. Like the screen attachment for the RP5. Still waiting on it. All right, everybody, I'm going to end it there. I got to get my ass to work. I already spent way too much time on this video, even though it's just me rambling on. We have passed 600 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that subscribed. You know I'm not the type to put that in my videos. I don't have a little pop-up, or I don't start my video with like and subscribe. None of that bullshit. If you don't like it, don't like it. If you don't want to subscribe, don't subscribe. I don't give a shit. I'm here for me. And I'm here for the people that want an honest to God opinion about this shit and want to know, should I spend the money on this? And the people that are like, okay, if I were to buy, say, the Magic 040 for 75 bucks, when's my water bill due? Can I push the water bill an extra week and order this? Or should I wait the week, pay the water bill? Those type of people, I want to help them spend their money on good shit that's worth it. Okay? So I never asked for this stuff. But being over 600 subs for a channel like mine with my shitty quality and my attitude and the way I am, that's a lot. That is. And it's very surprising. And in my last video, all the positive responses, everybody that is on there supporting this channel, and thank you. I do appreciate it. You know, I do get something from that. I like seeing it. I like seeing that I've helped somebody. I also get fuel from hate. So either way, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm dual power source here. You know, I can run off some of that love. I grew up in an era where I'm not used to that. Getting any type of love is not normal for a guy like me. I'm used to the hate, though. I can run off that shit because I think it's funny. But thank you guys for all 600 plus of you. I mean, we're going to keep going like I said at 200. This channel's going to remain the same as long as I can. And over time, if I can afford it, I will up the quality. When I have time, I will figure out the whole editing thing, guys. I have a job. These other guys, they have, you know, camera crews, and they got a bunch of people, and they're able to sit there and figure all this out, or pay people to edit. I can't do that. It's all on me. And I have enough time to make the videos and post them. I don't have enough time to make the videos, edit the videos, post the videos. I don't have a production team. Okay? I'm on my own in this. I mean, I have my sponsor. I love him to death. But he doesn't have the time to edit this shit either. And neither of us really know how to edit it. So, and taking the time to learn that in the industry we work in, we're already stuck learning, you know, keeping up with the wireless networking industry. And we got to stay on our game there, or else the channel goes away because I can't afford to live. I know I spent the last couple minutes on this, but for the last time, or at least once again, thank you to all 600 plus of you. Welcome to the Legion. This is what we're here for. We stand together on this. We should support each other. That's what this channel's for. Now, when I say things like we should support each other, I do not mean you have to be, you know, you have to take it on the chin when someone gets a little rude with you here. Hell no. All right? The Legion is not soft. We're not about the fluffy rainbows and unicorns and all that happy horse shit. Nah. Someone crosses you, there's shots fired, you go right back at that motherfucker. Do not take that shit, all right? We're the Legion. We don't stand down to nobody. So, even when I get the Discord going, it's the same way. All right, everybody else has to be respectful, be kind. And no, we should support each other. Never tell anybody what they should enjoy, how to game, or what they should do. That I stand by. But you can have a heated argument with another person. You can tell them they're being stupid. That's okay. You know, you don't got to tiptoe around the issue, because I swear, if you're on there being dumb, I'm going to tell you you're dumb. I will flat out tell you, hey man, that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. If you guys have watched my videos, you have definitely said that about me at one point in time. You went, damn dude, that was the dumbest fucking comment I have ever heard. It happens. All right. We're going to end it here, guys. It is Friday, like I said at the start of the video. I always say the day of the week. So this would be the last video of the week for me. I'm sorry there wasn't that much this week. I was really busy. Hopefully next week we'll get a whole bunch more, and I'll try to get back to posting 5 times a week. I just need my job to slow down. You know, if you guys ever see a storm passing through Oklahoma, that's going to affect whether I have time to make a video. Storms roll through, they damage towers. They damage towers, guess what? Your boy's out at those tower sites working. It's what I got to do, man. So, yep. You ever want to know if I'm going to post? See if there's a bad storm in Oklahoma. If there's a bad storm in Oklahoma, I'm probably not going to be posting that day. So, and the weekends are for the family, or for my wife, or for my kids. I got a lot of driving to do again this weekend. I get to go pick up my daughter. I'm so happy. Yeah, I know this all last bit of the video is bullshit and it's not handheld related. But I like talking about my life. So if you don't like it, move on, man. All right, I'm stopping. I'm sorry. You guys know I rant on at the end. Okay, see you guys in the next episode.